Well, hello guys, Paul here from PA Brew News yet again for another painting with PA Brew News, episode 8, I believe. Well, right now we have a black canvas, and I'm going to do something a little different, step by step today. Well, we do usually do step by step, but this is going to be a little bit different. Right now we're going to try to do a dark forest scene that I think it's a lot of mess, a lot of fun. And hopefully this is going to definitely inspire everybody to give this a go. Because you use black and you use white gesso, which is an acrylic based paint. We put layers on and we allow layers to dry and we build and build and build. It's a lot of fun, a lot of mess. So hopefully you guys have fun. Just going to get some brushes over here. They're extremely wet, so I can't use those because I had a little fun earlier. And I'm gonna show you how to build a little messy painting. It's gonna be fun. Hopefully it'll be fun. I'll have fun. That's all that matters. So anyway, you can do this with a paper towel. I might show you with the paper towel, just because you can do it with one, and I just want to show you. Or a sponge. A natural sponge is a little bit better than a excuse me than a bought sponge because it has more fibers and pores and it has more of a natural crazy feel. But with a black canvas, you want to mix this black and this white together a little bit and get some gray. And you just kind of just do that. Bunch it up. Let's get it all bunchy. And just tap it everywhere. This is a fun one. This is one that you should do, especially if it's your first painting or whatever. Give it a go. If you're scared about making a mess, that's the whole point. Make a mess. Have a great time with this painting. Bunch it up some more. Get a little bit more gray on there. Tap it up in here. And again, sponges are even more artistic. You can get more different shapes with a sponge. Tap, tap. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop. Just something like that. Okay? Then take your other side of your paper towel. Then just go through some pure white. Right? And then try to find where your white spot's going to come through. So I'll probably be about here. And just work around from that. Make a mess. Have a great time. Go back in your white spot and work it out. Just like this. If you're not having fun with doing this painting, there's something wrong for sure. This is a real fun painting. Give it a go. Well, like I said, it starts in layers. You build and you build and you build and you build and you build. And if you can see, you kind of work around and around and around, and you get darker and darker and darker as it works out. And if you ever get too bright, you can come back in with some of that gray, and you can tap that too. Tap that around. Some darker black color. Give it a little bit more shape and form. All right? Just like that. Okay? Now here's the fun part. Here's why my brushes were messy and everything, or a little bit moist. This, and remember, it's easy, especially if you do it yourself, and it doesn't take a long time at all, believe me. Black gesso, the gesso dries amazingly quick. But make sure, like before you put the white on, let the gray dry. Then put the white on. Let that dry. Then, now we're going to move to the next step. Just pop this up. Set this aside. Let that do its thing. Now, of course, ta-da! I have a pre-made one, so we're not just hanging around watching paint dry. Okay? Now, you can use, I have some somewhere and I just, oh, I think I found. I think I just found. There we go. Now, and if you don't have brushes or you don't want to waste any brushes on anything specific, you have some high quality items you can buy to do a painting like this. Very high quality, very expensive. Foam brushes. And I bought this pack for like $2. Foam brushes. Check it out. What you want to do when you start these paintings, and this might seem like a mess, but that's part of the fun. Let it be messy. Have a great time doing it. It's something. I get one viewer that pops in, pops back out. He goes, "Oh fuck, he's there." Oh, and he leaves. Anyway, here's the fun part. This is a fun painting. You should have fun doing it. Making a mess. That's all part of it, for sure. Okay. What you want to do is you want to go in some black, straight black, and what you want to do, I keep saying what you want to do, is in the lighter spots you want to have black, and then when you get further and further and further away from your light spots, get grayer and grayer until you're mixing basically just white. Or if you have one, you can actually have black on one side, gray in the middle, white on the other, and it gives it a rounded effect. Now we're going to do something different than just leave just the woods, but when you see some of these things, I went a little overkill on mine that I'm going to show you later, but some of these you can leave just like that. Just like, make the noise. It helps. Okay? Right here. There's a tree. There's another old tree right next to it. They grew up together. They know each other. All right? Just like that. Mix that around. Come back in here. There's a little tiny tree. Here. There's a small one. Wrap it up. Take your time though. I mean, you have unlimited time. You can always add more and more and more. Always. You can even start thinking about how your area lays, what goes on, what trees are further away, what trees are back here. There's one sticking right about here, here, another one here. You go in there, get some of these grays going. So a little bit more gray. That one goes right there. A little grayer. Put him in front of here. Put a little foot on him. There's another. There's another one right back here. Here, there's one. Press hard if you want them bigger, obviously. Press lighter if you want them smaller. Let them form and bend and change. Here's a nice one that has a lot of white on it. Comes right down there. Bend it, move it. Just like that. Another dark one. Kind of comes all the way over there. Big one. He has a limb that comes this way. Kind of breaks in front of that one. You can see kind of comes down here with a big foot. Big foot. Foots. You can make a little paths that run through that you can kind of see. You can just go to town. Now, if you have a brush that you don't mind using, you can get even more intricate with these. I'll show you here in just a second. Take your brush you don't care about, get into some of that black, spin it, come over here, and there you go. Start dropping some gnarly limbs on these trees. Just like that. I make the noise. I like the noise. So you don't have to. There's one. Little feet coming up. Little smaller branches in the back. Smaller trees you can kind of see here and here. It all adds depth into your painting. Just like this. Big arm that comes out. This one, this guy comes here. This guy's had a rough life. But just like that. That guy has another one that comes out there, since we just made that one. And that way, little leaves and stuff that kind of stick out in the ground. Flick them in if you want. Sits around the feet. And remember, again, move the further you go away, you can start putting different colors in. Grays can start coming in. Like that one. Dance some of these things in. I like to make gnarly old forests when I do these kind of paintings. Forests that you just get lost in, that kind of thing. A little gray on there. I'm just showing you how to do it. I'm not going to put every little leaf and every little thing on these trees. But just trying to show you a good way to do it if you want to do it. So, and again, it's going to show even better when you get into the darker areas, when you add a little light on there. There it is. Just like that. Makes an inch. Just like this. Okay. And of course, it does look really cool when you start streaking them up and having different depth and character. It almost gives you a roundness to your tree sometime when you do it like that. When you have the white just kind of hiding through here. That way, that white separates that tree from that tree because you can't see it. It's not in that light spot anymore. So it should have a little bit of depth and distinction. Maybe you can even put a little white there to accent a root. Whatever. There we go. Okay. Now, that's just take some of that high, if you see like a lot of paint still there, just to help it dry quicker too. Just take some of that paint and just flick it into a branch. Let it run right out. On that tree. Okay. Just like that. Bumpy. See? Something like that. Something pretty much like that. Okay? If you just see anything you can see before you move on, get done, that you want to just throw in there, no big deal. We'll have a highlight there, define that tree from that tree, that one from that one, and just like that. Just throw it in there, no big deal. Whip them up, whip, 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 whip. It doesn't matter. Have fun. That's the important part. Excuse me. I just had a little bit of a beer. Okay. That's the end of another part. Now, as you can see, when you see this, yeah, I kind of went over, put a huge freaking tree in there, and it just looks crazy. Went a little overboard, but hey, we do that sometimes. It's fine. So that's your basic dark forest background. This isn't the done painting. We're going to add more to it. Okay? So we're going to put this here, let this dry. Now we're going to throw the dried dark forest painting up here. Alright. Now, let's do the fun part. The part where it really gets fun. Okay. Gonna come in here with a little bit of liquid clear oil, and we're just gonna oil up this canvas. The least little bit. You need a good amount of oil, to a complete thin coat of oil all over this to let the paint slide and flow and do its thing. Too much oil, your painting is going to drip down and you're going to be painting on the floor by the end of it. You don't want that. So what you do is you just put some oil right on your brush, work it around, just scrub it around, get your arm tired. Your arm will get tired when you do this. Get it going, up and down, easy peasy. There we go. Just like that. Okay? Now, take some paper towel and just wipe it off quick. And that'll get all the excess oil off. Okay? Now whatever's left, cherry. This is the fun part. For me, I love this part. This is fun. Now we're done with your acrylic paints. So I just throw it in a box, mix them together, easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're done with our acrylic paints. Now we're going to go into the oil paints. Take the same dirty old brush, and we're going to go right into some phthalo blue. Okay. And we're going to go up to one corner first, slapping on that corner. The corner should always be darker. A little bit more phthalo blue. You can even put Prussian blue, which is an even darker blue in the corners if you want. Or actually add some crimson in there. Just throw the paint down in the corners. No big deal. Okay? Blend it up. And now we're just going to blend from the outsides downward. Blend. We're just going to go to town. There we go. So it looks like a nice dark nighttime forest painting right there. Okay, there's a step right there. Just keep that dirty brush right there. Sometimes if you want to, if it feels good, if you already added some foliage and some bushes in the blacks and the grays and the acrylics of what we were doing before, and you like it, you don't need to add anything else. Me, we're going to keep on going, have some fun. So we're going to just go into white, pull some white through under your brush, find where you want the light source to come through, and just start working it in. Always blending outward from that light source, so it can get darker and darker and darker. And you can blend this to any consistency that you would like. Now I like to do it once or twice, but you don't go back into that dark. Roll this in like fog and mist. Roll it in. Just roll it. And it sits in there like a nice little mist. But don't go back into there yet. Alright, clean the brush off. Beat the devil out of it. You know how that works. Get a little bit more, go back into it. Let that tree almost disappear behind that light kind of singing through there. Now, right there. One more. And we're just going to bring it all together. Just like that. Oh, yeah. You know what you can do? Check this out. Real quick. You can knock the camera over, which I think was just absolutely amazing. Which I've never done that before. Don't even know how that happened. That was pretty fantastic. Hey, but we're back at it. Now you have this light zinging through this tree branch, kind of almost diffusing the whole tree because it's so bright. You'll have a lot of beams coming through there too. Sometimes you'll have some nice beams, so just tap a little white in there, find where your light is, and just tap it around the tree. Beams are going to shoot through there. Just like that. Just like tap them, and then just go across them. Just follow the angles that you put in. It just looks like beams of light shooting through there. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's really funny. The followers come on, and then they go away. Okay? Now, that's the background. Done. And again, if you like this the way it is, you don't need to add anything else to it. You can just be happy with what you got. Me, we're going to go to town. We're going to add some fun stuff to this. Alright, now we have the background, we have the dark woods, and for someone who just joined us, there's a 3-step process at the beginning of this video, super easy. I hope you give it a go if you enjoy this video. Okay, we're just going to throw some dark color right there, blacks and browns, just dark color. Just slam the dark color in there, whatever the hell that is. Oh, well, they're natural fiber brush, so I got a hair. Right here. Now, working around all this darkness, we're going to build, well, a foreground scene. So, just start tapping where you think trees and bushes are just going to hang the heck over. And the more you do that, it'll push that straight back. But don't be scared to let that nice stuff that you put in there in the background show through. Because you don't want to waste it. You put all that work and effort into it. Put some bushes through here, just like this. And if there's anything that you did do that you're not too happy with in the background, you just cover it up. No big deal. You just cover it up. Okay. That's that side done. Okay. Now this side. Probably just same thing, gonna hang that down. A little bit more. Okay, just like that. A little darker right here. There. Now we're building forward. Okay. Let's get into a liner brush. Liner diner brush. Go into a little bit of paint thinner, white, and I'd say just a hint of that dark color that we were using too, a little hint of the brown, just to make a nice thin paint. Nice thin paint, but a little bit to the lighter side, because dark against light, that's one of the things that we're playing here, dark against light. Then you just come and right. You hear that? That's those cats. One here. You're not going to see all these. They're kind of here and here. They stick through. They do the little things. There's a big one. one out here. Let's see one right here. You might see some darker ones too. So if you pick up some dark color, don't be afraid to just put them through. Just let them go. That's nice. And sometimes these things just happen. And you just, man, sometimes I get excited when I just accidentally just make a nice little branch or whatever I didn't mean to. It just kind of happens. Yeah, don't let them all just be, let them kind of stick out. Branches don't just stop because the tree stopped, you know, some hang down, some dead. There's a bright one. Right there. Okay. Okay. There's some tree branches there for you. Gotta hold all that stuff up together so it don't fall over. Okay. Let's get into. I might just now go into some green. Green. Put a lot of green on this. A lot of green. A little bit of darker green too. Mix it in. A lot of green in the brush. Now we're gonna give it up. If it doesn't stick, we're gonna add at least a little bit of paint there to it too. Follow the shape and form of your tree that you put up. And we want this side to be a little bit darker than some of that side. Just because the tiniest bit of paint there. Tiniest bit. Just to make some of it stick a little bit more. Roll it down like a little bush. Okay, let's do the other side. Just like that. Now we're going to get into a little bit, again, of the paint thinner. Okay. And you want to make sure it sticks good. And we'll add just at least a little bit of yellow up there. Let's get some of this darker stuff down now. See it, watch it, oh yeah. See how it sticks now? Because this is where the light's going to come through. So some of this is going to stick out a little bit more than others. Just like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to go into that bit of yellow and some white. And a little bit of a brighter color, quick, for you guys. Now, right where you think something is really going to, moonlight or sunlight or whatever is going to play off some of these, just, there you go. Let them shine and play. Not too much though, because you'll ruin the illusion of it, okay? Even some right here. Just just like that. Cool. Let's add a little bit of a bush here. Perhaps his foots. Give him a little thing there. Cool. Well, that's something out at least. Now let's see, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do from there? Let's go in some browns, blacks, dark color, and right about here. Let's scrub and rub. Kind of make a little thing kind of meander this way. There you go. Nice little path. Kind of comes out of the woods. So you can walk back into the woods. Brown, white, maybe even some of this darker yellow tan that we have. Leave it marbled. Kind of come right here. And just raise it. Pretty good. I'm going to take a little bit of a, right here, pull down. I'm seeing the things that you see when you start doing it. Pull down, go across. Give you a little illusion of water back there. Like mud puddles, maybe. Okay. Take that again. Maybe a little bit more white this time, so we can accent it. Graze it, graze it. Okay, a little bit more of that darker color too. So it's not just right. So now we're getting darker over here. Okay. Dark color right here too. I got a little carried away on the dark, on the bright. Okay. So now, looks like we can even take a little bit of that regular white that we have. You can accent that a little bit more just by giving a little bit of a nuance of water. Scrape it in. Rub it in if it gets too bright on you. Okay. And if it gets a little bit too bright, go right back over it with that dark color. No big deal. There's a little path then. It kind of walks through. Let's close that path in a little bit. Take this big. There's some rocks. Little rocks. No big deal. Boy, that's just north of town. Okay. And of the dark color. Kind of set them in. Another one right behind it. Right there. Rock. Rock. Couple rocks. There you go. You don't want them too bright on certain sides, because light's not going to hit there really well. That's what you want. Can't even barely see this rock. It's there. There's not a lot of highlights on it. Easy way just to make a couple rocks. There we go. Now we're kind of building it forward this way. Let's get back into those greens. Build us a little grass. Okay, just tap into it. Pull out, tap in, find out where. Break it up. Let it. Dark right there too. Like that. Again on this side, tap it in. Work it around. Just like that. Okay. Diffuse, break up a little bit, pop a little thing around the bushes, around the feet of the rock. Just so it doesn't. So it sits back a little bit. Just like that. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's put, why not? Let's put some bushes in there. Let's put some bushes in there. Yellows, greens, red, let's put a real crazy bush right here. If it doesn't stick, a little bit more paint down. That's all. Put a lot of paint in the brush. A lot of paint. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to go another one. A little bit brighter. Maybe we want to go a lot of red in. Okay, right. Here. Wow. That is good. Sits right about there. Let's put another one with some green in it. A little bit more green, a little duller. And we'll set it right there. Let that one come down. One more. Right there. Okay. too much. Don't want to go too crazy. Okay, something like that. Thinking if I should or not. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Let's put a tree. Right there. No, I just did. So there it is. Big tree right there. And probably right there. Big one. Right here. Oh. Pop some more dark color on there. Give it a big foot. Okay. Like that. Why the heck not? Okay. Now, I'm going to try to do it with a knife. Never really done it with a knife too much. Get a little of this. Dark color mixed together. Kind of look here. Just let it kind of graze. Kind of do its thing. There. I want this one a little bit darker than that. Just behind it. Silly. Old tired mark. Okay. Yeah. A little bit of darker color just to kind of come through. Give it some depth. Same thing with this one. Darker color. Blend it together. A little bit of brighter color. Down. Okay, a little bit of blue for reflected light. Just a hint of blue background. Same thing with this one, just a hint. Blue. Go back to the dark color again. Dark color, tap it. Okay, those look like some gnarly old trees. Okay, there. just like that. And if you're waiting for it, it's coming. Dab a lot of paint thinner into these, to the dark color we were using. A lot of paint thinner, because we need to get all this very, very thin, like ink. And believe me, if you start off with a palette like this already prepped and everything, it really doesn't take you that long to really start imagining things and seeing stuff and coming up with some really crazy ideas. Okay, there's one. There's one. There's one. This one's in front, so it's bigger. Just putting some dark color on there so you can see stuff. Okay. A little bit darker, a little bit lighter. Really thin this stuff down. Unfortunately, this doesn't carry a lot of paint thinner to bring it all the way over there. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we'll go in the light color. Get a nice light color in there. We'll roll it through, get it to a point, and you can come in. Accent them, so it's not just the dark showing. Now you have some white on top of it. It lets it help stick out even more. Remember, you gotta play dark against light. Thing going up there, here. Okay, just like that. Come over here. Take that brush. I have to dip it just a bit into paint thinner. Clean up his foots a little bit, just to help push it back without getting smeary, obviously. Okay. Just like that. I guess we got a done little painting here. So here we go. Now I get to show you what we did, what we kind of came up with here real quick. Might add one or two. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I might add just one or two to, this side, because they don't all just grow on one side, you know what I mean. They'll show if you hang them down over the spots that you had, right? Just like that. Gets too bright, go over it again. It'll darken up. Okay. Okay. So like that. And finally, I like to scratch in some twigs. Okay. Especially around these rocks. Set the rocks back by zipping little things around them. You even have little branches that come zip up, and you can do whatever you want. Yeah. The branch comes right through that big tree. Okay. Pretty much something like that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say my goodbyes. All right. Excuse the glare. Anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers. Bye bye.